Hello, hello, hello. So anybody with a Facebook account, especially here in KSA, but I'm sure probably everywhere, will no doubt see the myriad and multitude of adverts which seem to be getting worse and worse each day, offering what seems like too good to be true deals. And generally, if it seems that it's too good to be true, then usually a rule of thumb is that it is too good to be true. Case in point, what I'm holding in my hand at the moment. And so I thought I would do a public service announcement and share with you, as I had some... I'd sold a phone, and I had unexpectedly had some extra money available, and I said, let me just waste my money, basically. So I'd noticed that there was a lot of adverts advertising this phone under different names of companies or whatever, websites, and this was advertised as the Porche design Huawei Mate 10 Pro or something like that. And so I said, okay, let me, with shipping, it came from Riyadh, and with shipping was 410 riyals, and it came the other day, and so I thought I will share it with you so that you can, well, either know what you're buying or not waste your money, basically. So it came in the box, which had all the branding of Huawei, and but it didn't look the quality didn't look the same. And as when I opened it up, it did come with a charger, headset, screen protector, and on the screen itself, excuse me, still got that cold, is a screen protector. A sure sign that it does not have any Corning Gorilla Glass, no doubt. So, I mean, it's obvious when I opened it that it's not a genuine Huawei, even though when you turn it on, the Huawei logo, etc. comes on, but you can tell straight away, even with the animation of the logo, it it's not smooth. Now, in the hand, it doesn't feel bad at all. Actually, it feels quite nice. It is solid enough. This feels like a plastic, and as you can see, it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet. There's supposedly two cameras, but this one is obviously a fake. The bottom one, and I don't know if it's got silver foil or something in there. I don't know if you can see. It's hard to see. But it looks like it's fallen a bit, and fingerprint scanner and flash. So when I opened it up, the screen actually is pretty decent. It's and this is on probably 3/4 brightness. The screen is actually really good. I have no complaints about it at all, and the phone feels good in your hand, so I get no complaints again about that. And probably if you were to buy a branded phone for about the same price, you would be happy. Now, I think the specs on the advert were 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of ROM, so immediately one is suspicious about that. And there's a couple of apps that you can download. Can you see here? Oh, can't get it in focus. Oh my god, they're here. Can't get it in focus. I'm not using my normal video machine because it's no battery. So you can download a RAM called RAM Truth. Sorry, you can download an app called RAM Truth. And I think, certainly all the other times I've had dodgy looking phones, I've used this app, it has been pretty true. A lot of these phones were the Mi1 phones, and they were saying that they had, say, 4 GB of RAM, but when you use this app, it basically gave you the truth. And you can see here, it says, you can see here, 4 GB of RAM. So it seems that it does have 4 GB of RAM, and the phone feels pretty quick. So I'm going to say that I believe it, that it is 4 GB of RAM. What I was a bit cynical about was the 64 GB of internal memory, because well, I downloaded a few apps on it, then I tried to download another app, and then it said that there was not enough space and you had to delete apps. Comes with loads of bloatware. So Storage Truth from the same guy who does RAM Truth, and this basically says that it is got 64 GB of storage, but I think there's a partition, which means that the system is on, if you can see there, the system is, sorry, I can't get this to focus. Okay, so the system is saying 1.5, and there's only 48 MB free, and this is probably why I was getting that message, because most of the apps are going to download on to the system partition, so that's not particularly good. So it's a bit annoying. It does say though that there is 64 GB or 63.4 GB free, so again with this app, I'm tending to believe it. And then finally I downloaded, without trying to show you here, CPU Z, which is a well-known app for giving you the specifications of the device completely. Now, a lot of these phones will fool the apps, and this one is saying that the processor is high silicon Kirin 970, but it's not. It is it's an MTK 6580, which is only 1.3, and it's quad core. So this app has been fooled with the saying that it's high silicon, but it does say 1.3, and here, although it says octa-core, it's only listing four cores, so that's that. So when we went into device, it was saying that indeed it was the Huawei Mate 10 Pro, saying that the screen is 6 inches, I'm not sure, maybe 5.5, the resolution 1440 by 720, and that I believe, and it's confirming that the RAM and the storage is what it says, and it's also confirming that we have Android 8. So you're getting probably the octa-core MTK 6580, which is not a new chip, and is used on a lot of really cheap phones, so kind of what I would expect for around 300 kind of reals, 350, something like that. Really, that is what you're getting. Now, you know, on glance, I mean, the phone, I think the phone looks pretty nice, and the screen is pretty nice. Now, it only comes with, I'm not sure what this is called, I don't think it is the Huawei skin of Android, but all seems to work relatively well, and the apps and stuff like that open up pretty decently. Trying to show the phone here in all of its magnificent glory. Now, the fingerprint scanner I had originally set up, I reformatted this, but I had originally set it up, and it's working really fast. I set it up on for two right and left hand, and it's yeah, no problem at all with that. Camera is a disaster, and the CPU Z was listing the main camera as 3.6 megapixels and the front camera as 2.6 megapixels. So Leica, it ain't, and you should be aware of that, even if you're tempted to spend your money. In fact, I wouldn't. To be honest with you, there's plenty of decent phones around about the same price or just a wee bit more. I wouldn't buy this unless you really wanted to just have a phone that looked like Huawei Mate 10 Pro, and it seems to work relatively decently. I've never had a Huawei phone long time, so I don't remember what the skin looks like. So about phone here, it says Android 8, and it's all that's me, a developer now. And let's just see here what's this? What was Android 8? I forgot. Was it Marshmallow? Can't remember. Is that Marshmallow? Not sure what the heck that is, but anyway, it seems that it's Android 8, so I'm going to go with that and believe it. Now, I did put some music on, and I listened via my RHA S500s. Not bad. It was sounded fine, to be honest with you. So I couldn't complain about that. And then I tried pairing my AirPod Pros, and yep, sound was totally fine. I had no problems pairing it, etc. Nothing to complain about there. So again, I'm not saying that it's really, really bad. I'm not saying that it's worth 400 reals, or it was less than 400. I had to pay, I think, 30 reals for the shipping. So I'm not saying that it is worth that amount of money, but in the scheme of things, when one looks at, and I've had a number of clone phones over the years, I mean, it's not bad, and barring any issues with hanging or the software, no doubt you will never see a software update. It's I mean, it's okay. Of course, if you really want a better camera, then you're not going to be looking at this. But just say, for example, you liked the look of it, and that you wanted, say, a second phone, and the screen, look, it's not easy to see here, so it's hard for me to explain. Hold on a minute, I'll be back. Sorry about that. So yeah, anyway, look, so what we're going to take from this? Well, look, do not buy anything from Facebook. Adverts is probably the biggest take, unless you are prepared to be disappointed, or you're just like me, have some money to waste. Especially sometimes it looks incredibly tempting, and I've seen stuff myself, but you know, some of they were selling, and you'll probably have seen this mini laptop, Windows 10. It's based on I think it's this Chinese brand, which is not cheap. It's about, I think, to buy the original one's about $600, and they're selling it for $49. I mean, come on, I mean, it's just unbelievable. All the phones that you're going to see that are advertised there with these weird website names are going to either be fake, or you're not going to get what you ordered. So a buyer beware, as they say. And I really just wanted to share with you. Now, one thing I didn't check was I forgot to check if it was a dual SIM, so let me open it for you. Hold on. Is it going to open here? Seems a big SIM drawer. No, can't get it to. I should use the SIM ejector that came with it. Hold on, let's see. Yeah. not coming out easy, but there it is. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so dual SIM. I don't know if you can put a memory card in there, and it looks like it's not a nano SIM. It's the whatever that one's called in the middle. I've forgotten the name of it. Or is it nano SIM? But anyway, that's it. This feels incredibly cheap and nasty. So let me put it in here. Anything else I can tell you about? It doesn't give anything about the battery, so I'm not sure. Look, again, with most of these kind of phones, the batteries will maybe get you through 7 to 8 hours. In my past experience, at least, that is what I have found. So, yeah, that's about it. I really can't think of anything else that I can tell you about this thing. I'm not sure. I thought originally that the glass was cracked on here, and maybe it is. I don't know. It's hard to see. Oh no, I don't think it is the glass cracked. I think it's just that there's like a piece of silver in here, and it just looks like it's fallen. So, I didn't sign into Facebook, so it's not going to come up. But again, even looking at this, it's plenty bright. It's opening the apps. As you can see, I don't have it connected to internet. Or do I? No, I do have it connected to internet. So yeah, hold on. Let me see. Browser. It's opening really decent enough. Where is YouTube? Is YouTube here? Uh-oh. Downloading that app again. Where is YouTube? I didn't see it. It must be here somewhere, is it? YouTube, where are you? No, I don't see YouTube. And typing on it is not bad as well. YouTube. Of course, helps when you spell right. And you will see that it's fine. It scrolls relatively okay. And again, it's. I wouldn't be unhappy with this screen on any other phone, any branded phone, as I keep saying. It looks fine. So, yeah, I mean, that is it. I mean, there's people like me, and I don't mind clone phones, to be honest with you. I used to buy the Goo phone. I think I had a few models of the Goo phone, which was clones of the iPhone, and I was always happy with them. They worked fine, and for, you know, again, my expectations, I were managing them, and I had no problem. So I think this, if I can remember, in the box it comes with a case. So if you are going to buy it, you are going to want to put it in the in its case. But all in all, I don't remember seeing the Huawei Mate 10. So how realistic this looks, certainly to the front, I don't know. This ain't no Porche design, but without the fingerprints, I mean, it looks pretty smart. And as I said, the weight of it is makes it feel more premium, obviously, than it is. So yeah, that's about all I can say. Second phone, a bit of fun, pretending to your kid that they're getting a really good phone, stuff like that, then yeah, why not? But again, always beware that you hang on, it's not even got a very bright flash. Sorry, I'm trying to show it there. Always beware that you are you may face some issues, software issues, or hanging, because it's a clone. So that's it. So yeah, that is my review of the Facebook purchased Porche design Huawei Mate 10 Pro. It's not worth the money. Bah.